In the last episode, we were showered with achievements once more, so let's see if that happens again, and let's play Tyto Ecology. This time I'm going to I'll still go with the original order, so we'll start here and move to the Himalayan biome. I'm also not sure if I created this one. I haven't looked back at the footage, but I believe this biome has never been actually created, or I'm not sure. Maybe I have. Anyway, let's just dive right in. So we'll enter. Why did only 3 months? Oh, because I set this to 3 months. Right. Yeah, we also released the ocelot here in hopes of controlling the agouti population a bit, because they were deforesting quite vast amounts of land. This pinging sound is something you will learn to dislike, or to fear a bit. So we got 30 coins. Not that much, but also not too little. And we have notifications. This happens pretty quick, and apparently the ocelots have done a really great job at at controlling the population. Did I get this one already? Yeah, get the rewards, fine. Okay. Yeah, I think that's Could you knock it off? Come on. Yeah, that shouldn't happen. So, I'll still take the coins, because screw it. And now we have a bit of a problem, because the agoutis are low on population, which really is their problem. Okay, this plant is still quite a bit away from fruiting. This guy has fruits. It's in the agouti territories, so that'll be fine. Note that the ocelots have not actually touched the fish. Also, yeah, agouti. What did I want to say here? Right. This population cannot reproduce because there is only one adult member of it. So they will not reproduce at all. However, something relatively new to this, I think it was introduced in the last bigger patch, is the ability to crossbreed. So before that, once you had, for example, a solitary species, I mean, this territory would probably be able to salvage itself if everything goes well and they don't lose all the juveniles, because eventually they'll have 2 adult members again. And the game does not feature genetics or anything, so there won't be inbreeding. Okay, but let's try this, because if I place this like here, I think that's overlapping enough. Go for it. We should actually see a reproduction soon. Let's finish spawning those. Also, since we have that many coins, we should get more plants going here. There hasn't much happened because we only skipped 3 months since the last visit in this biome. So let's get this a bit more green. Okay, do we still have... Yeah, we have plenty of pollinators here. And one of the mushroom groups had a low population, if memory serves. Let's see, I believe it would have been this one. Not the butterflies, I want the mushrooms behind them. We'll have to move there. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure which one that was, and that's a bit of a downside on this entire thing. You cannot select the group that is affected, or that it shows here. It's also addressed in the forums, and people have asked for that to be sorted out. Also, let's see if they can crossbreed now. I'm not sure how nearby you have to place them. I believe actually... Wasn't that 19 earlier? Oh well. it'll be fine. Note that only 2 ocelots did all that, so that's why I'm a bit hesitant to put in too many, or to put in predators too quick. And I was sure they could handle it, but yeah, apparently not. Okay. Let's unlock some more plants. Ooh, I want pineapples. Pineapples are amazing. If you do it really skillful, you actually wait until they... No, I need to place them here. They're hard to see. We'll have to scroll in there. What was the going down? It was E, okay. There's the pineapple. Ugh. Okay, I'm zoomed too far in. As you can see, it's currently flowering. By the way, it doesn't matter when a plant is pollinated. If it's pollinated like 1 day or 1 week before it's due for for fruiting, it'll still be fine. Yeah, they will still bear all the fruits they can, which I believe is pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of forgiving in that way, and I think sometimes games have to be forgiving. I mean, in nature, it would probably be unlikely for a plant with thousands of flowers to be pollinated within a single week, although it's quite possible if it's like the only thing that insects are going to at that time. Actually, it might be possible anyway. I forget what I said there. Ooh, papaya. I'll try to get some more fruit plants here, because I want those agouti to have any other consumer. Okay, 1 week until fruiting. That is pretty exceptionally well. This guy should be pollinated soon. I hope it doesn't unlock or an update after that week, but it should be pollinated. It's most certainly in the pollinator territory. Okay. Yeah, there's no point in getting more plants here, although I would like to get another papaya over here, because those should fruit soonish, and within a week they will be pollinated, and hopefully everything will be well. Also, where's my phone? Where did I put my phone? Oh, there it is. Go here. I mean, I'm probably going to ignore my countdown again anyway, but it's just nice to have it around. I'm trying to get into the habit of keeping it around, so I'm going to give this another 15 minutes. So yes, this is going to be a longer episode again. Anyway, we'll go to the main menu. Could you set that to 3 months again? Thank you. Save that. Okay. Let's enter the grasslands. Enter. Which is still a biome that does not have any real consumers in. Insects don't consume anything, and I wish they would add insect species that actually just consume. Or maybe that pollinate as well, but that just eat plants. Because I think that's something the game needs. Because right now you only have those very few insects with quite a distinct purpose. What's that? Oh, that's a bee tree. Those will never have flowers, or trees or anything, by the way. They'll just be dead trees. Yeah. I'm just going to grab those coins and kind of ignore the energy we get. Now this place looks pretty good already. Looks pretty well, or pretty green and pretty fertile. Milk veg. I think this is a bit of a troublesome plant because I haven't seen many animals eating that so far. Okay, thank you. Another month just passed. Do I want another cottonwood here? Yes. It looks nice there. And that's actually how I try to do this. I just place plants randomly. And do we have some... I think we didn't have the energy to place one of those here. I try to go with one of each plant in every zone. By the way, we could actually consider expanding this one another time. But for now, let's go with some more plants. I'm going to place some heath asters here. And some more on in the shadow of that tree. You can't go too close to a tree, by the way. That just doesn't work. And I'm not going to place any in zone 1, and we'll see how long it takes for them to go in here. Maybe next year we'll have them in there. And the Let's go with some honey mesquite, which I'll place right on that little hill here. Is that on the hill? I think it is. We'll go with one of those only. They will fruit in, I guess, a few months. It would be nice to see how long those statuses would take. Like if they could show, or if they could make those fields differ in length. So you see, okay, the flowering period is really short, or the fruiting period is really, really short, or yeah. I mean, it's fine the way it is, but I would just like to have this little more visual cue on how this plant works. Oh, I really love those indicators here, which tell you basically how useful that plant is going to be. I mean, the cottonwood is... I'm not sure what eats those upper leaves. I mean, there are not that many climbing creatures we have here. I can just check here quickly. Jackrabbits, I don't think those climb trees. I've never seen them climb trees. Prairie dogs, probably also not really. Foxes, no. A lot of deer mice might be able to climb. Mule deers, probably also not. And I suppose the bison will also not climb a tree. Anyway, I think we're done here for now. We'll go back to the main menu. I'm a bit irritated by this thing here changing back every time. I mean, it's set to 1 year here. Okay, I have no idea why this is all grayed out. Oh, I believe that's because that time has already passed, so we can't just go back. Okay, enter the desert, or the sun forest as I stupidly named it. I admit that was a stupid idea, but anyway. Removing tourists, yeah. Those loading times might get a bit longer over time, as there will be more things to load. Okay, was that the place where I wrote my name? Yeah, it was. You can still read it here if you know where to look. There is the 12. It has spread quite far, so looks a bit like a heart now with this shape. Well, we have quite a lot of desert area, and I'm still trying to get more plants in here. What do we have? Do we plant any cacti? Not cactuses, it's cacti. That's something I learned. Okay, yeah, I know those. I don't know how they're properly called. I mean, even in Spain, they were never referring to them as anything. And my father only told me about those in German, and he just referred to them as basically cacti. There weren't that many, so it was quite easy to know what he was referring to, and we didn't need the exact species of it. Anyway, yeah, thank you for that. Thank you. We can place the honey mesquite because we have unlocked it. And because it's kind of a grassland plant, I'm going to put some here. Look at that, as a mini desert willow. They take a long time to grow up, basically. They really take a long time to grow up. You can see 376 weeks. That is a huge time. And I'm not sure if I've actually seen any tree making it through that, because they have a very, very low leaf count when they start out. So basically, those are very likely to be eaten away before they reach maturity. But when they do, they're really hard to kill. Although those actually have a lot of leaves, but some trees don't have any edible leaves. Not sure if I can find any of those here. Let's get some barrel cacti. The desert needs more cacti. They're not that spectacular. I think I had... Did I have... No, I didn't have one of those in as a potted plant. I used to have cacti as a... What's that? Where's this sort of trail here? Let's follow that. It goes up and there. Looks like a giant snake. And here... And it ends somewhere over here because I can't see any more of it. There's more of it. over there. Oh well. Following the trail of nothing. Let's place some cacti over there. And an ocotillo. I'm not sure. Let me just disable my touchpad here. I'm not sure what an ocotillo is. Let's look at the. I wish you could check the bio decks. Those certainly look like a bit of a succulent plant. So at least on that picture. Let's place those a bit near to the closer to the water, like over here. And I'm not sure if that is actually a smart placement, because they might just not have any space to spread. And that's why having so much grass could be troublesome for a biome, and that's why they kind of changed how grass patches worked. Because before that, if basically a plant had a certain, or still has a certain area in which it spawns new plants, if it reproduces successfully. And if everything in that area is occupied by either water or other plants like grass, they just couldn't reproduce and it would eventually die off. Most plants have a certain lifespan and they will just die off after that. Animals don't. They kind of reproduce, so they're constantly refreshing themselves, but plants have a certain lifespan. I mean, animals will die off as well, but since you will usually have young animals in that same territory or in that same in that vicinity, you probably will have although those territories will last forever. Plants can die off. I've actually done that with my bug test. I've tested a heliconia because it was never reproducing. So I had like a heliconia, a pollinator, and I think some mushrooms for the decomposing. And I just let this run for like a few years, and I think in year 5 it died off. I didn't let it actually run, I just had this biome, set it to 1 year away, and then I went to check if it reproduced, and it didn't. It does now, I'm told, so that's not a big deal. Okay, we still have energy, so let's place some more things. Ooh, saguaros. Those are cool. I mean, look at them, they look pretty amazing. They're also kind of huge. I want saguaro cacti. I want them all over the place. Note that cacti also have fruits, and they have no leaves. So those can't be eaten away completely. Yeah. Those will not die, basically. Those other cacti can be eaten. Like those barrel cacti. Where did I place those? They're so tiny. Those barrel cacti, which I'm sure I'm just going to place them here. Those have leaves, so they can be eaten, and they will often be destroyed by, for example, jackrabbits. Those are voracious eaters. Also, look at that. We almost have all plants in the desert, so let's finish that off. Get some creosote bush. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing them right. Let's put a bit in here. This looks like a bit of a hardy plant, so put it there. And some more here. I want some more ocotillo also in that area here. Like maybe over here. So it spreads out from the lake, hopefully. And it's one more plant, so let's get that. The Joshua tree. Come on, unlock it. Yes, I do. That'll get us a lot of coins, if memory serves. We can also refresh that. Let's get 50 more energy. We can have the 12 coins. Because then we can plant a Joshua tree. There we go. Get that. It didn't get us all the coins back, but we want some of that. And because the Joshua tree, I'm going to show you that in a moment, looks kind of silly, but the Joshua tree is requiring the yucca moth to pollinate. And that's something I find a bit weird, because they have it here at interactions. It requires the yucca moth. It has it here in the notes. The tree depends on the yucca moth. And I think it's set somewhere over here as well. Yeah, it says it here in the reproduction, and It says it here in the notes again, so they're really hammering that fact home. It just I noticed that when I read the biodex first. So I'm going to place those near moths exclusively, and I will try to place new moth territories next to those trees if they spawn. So come on, that's close enough. Place it. There is sadly no way to tie those. It would be fun to actually be able to toy with that and to kind of tie a species to a certain plant and kind of create a symbiotic or force a symbiotic relationship or something like that. And then see how that would pan out. That would be interesting for the bit of experimental aspect of the game. Right now I can, of course, place things near a tree and say, okay, I will only place those near a tree, but they would reproduce anywhere. Which is a bit troubling because, for example, you would... Well, it's unrealistic because usually the adults, if they... Once they grow once an animal grows to adulthood, for example, one of those feral cats or something, they don't found or kind of claim their new territory right in that of their parents because they actually try to avoid them. Once they reach adulthood, they are seen as competition, so they get the hell away from their parents. And that's something the game does not quite feature. The animals will just stay where they were. Also, we didn't have millipedes here, so let's put some millipedes near here. I mean, we won't have oh, we have millipedes. Oh, wait. Oh, well. Let's go back to the main menu and check the third biome, which is... oh, no, the fourth biome. We've already been through most of our biomes. So let's enter the Himalayan one and see what happened here. We've placed a whole lot of trees, I believe, last time. So there might be young trees now. And that's also another reason why I tried to introduce especially the heavier eaters later on. Because if you have an elephant, it will just wipe out a young tree completely. And it will mostly de-leaf an old tree in one go. So yeah, those are terrible eaters. Okay, we have some birches, we have some that. Note that the birch is a tree that does not have any fruit here. At least no edible fruit. So we can see that over here. Yeah, thank you for that. Ooh, wood apple. Yeah, we only have trees left. I say only. It's quite a nice thing to have trees. Kind of want to have a little forest over here. Yeah, let's make this a bit of a forest area. We have what here? A rhododendron. I want wood apples. Like 1, 2, and a third one a bit away here, like this. And because I have 3 of them here, I'm not going to place any other wood apple trees. There's no point in unlocking any other plants now. So we'll just keep those coins and we'll create a bit more forest here. It will be right next to a bamboo forest-ish thing. Okay. Weirdly enough, the wood apple still has way more leaves than fruit. Actually, that's not weird. I know that leaves will replenish over time, and they do so somewhat slow though. So yeah, try to keep things around for, or to keep other things around for your consumers. Okay, I would also like them to kind of avoid targeting trees that have very few leaves left. I'm not sure if they do that by now. They might not. Also, pomegranates don't seem to have any edible leaves, which is fine. It just means they will not die. At least as far as I'm aware. They can't really die to consumers. They can die to detritus though. That's one of the things I never have a problem with, because as you can see, I'm trying to keep a good amount of decomposers around. Also, we can... Yeah, we can unlock the stag beetle. and we can almost place one. And I'm almost at a 15-minute episode, at least, well, more like 20 minutes. I'm closer to my 15-minute mark. Okay, the stag beetle is a really potent decomposer. And I'm placing it here because according to its biodax, the larvae are eating rotting wood, so I'm placing those near trees. Again, this is not a thing that's set in stone. It's not a thing that the game forces, and it's pretty liberal about that. But yeah, it's something that I just tend to do, just as a bit of a, can you call it role-playing? I have no idea. Anyway, with this biome, I think taking off quite well, let's check where we have a plant, where we have fruit plants. I think I placed some goji berries here, which seem to have spread quite remarkably. So if those all reach maturity, we'll probably, look at that, the honeysuckle is in full flowering. There's more of it over here. And I do believe those will not produce any fruits until they are actually mature. So, not sure how that works in nature. I actually never bothered checking how old a plant is and how long until it actually produces whatever I want to eat. But, yeah, I think they don't have to be that old. But yeah, 1 year is actually a fine age for a plant. I think that's a reasonable assumption to say it takes at least 1 year. I mean, this is barely more than 1 year. I'm not sure if they will get their first flowering period. They might miss it, but I'm not sure. So we'll see in 1 year, which is about the time we let pass in this biome. How much would the next zone cost? Let's just check that before we clock off here. We could afford it, but I don't really want to. Next time I'm hopefully remembering to finish off this bit of a forest here. It's not much of a forest, and I'm trying to leave it at that because it will eventually spread and grow bigger. But yeah, I'll have to remember that next week. And I think that's all for now, so we're going to save that. Go back to the main menu, and I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I sure do enjoy watching this game. I enjoy playing this game, and I enjoy seeing things just grow on their own. I really like that this game tries something that is probably vastly underrepresented in gaming in general nowadays. Like the just sincere simulation of nature. And there are very few games that actually tackle this topic. Many of them don't go that simulation route. I actually played a Flash game that was trying to put you into the shoes or rather roots of a plant. That was kind of interesting. I wish it would go in depth a bit more, but it was fun. I might actually let's play that at some point. It's only going to be one episode, so I'm not sure when it will be. Or if I'll do that, and if I can record it properly. That's a big thing. And yeah, I think Sim Isle or Sim Ant, I've never played. I've played Sim Isle because my brother had that way back in the days. But yeah, Sim Ant is something I've never played. I've seen Let's Plays and it seems reasonably accurate. Empires of the Undergrowth is also another interesting, although early stage simulation. I've played the demo version and it makes my computer really suffer. Like the more combat intensive sections are pretty painful to watch on my PC, so I'm not going to record that. It's basically just a freeze frame at some point, and 30 seconds later I can say, okay, I won. But yeah, that's it's something I'm going to keep an eye on though. If they get it more optimized, or if I get a better computer at any given time in the future, which is probably very far away in the future, or if the game gets released or something, I will probably have a look at it. Until then though, we are stuck with, I'm liking this so far. I'm not sure how many episodes I'm going to do with this. I'll probably try to explore all the content. I'm going to show off all the creatures here. And what we'll do after that, I don't know. I'll probably check in every now and then if there is an update. If people want to see this, and right now they seem to enjoy that, I'm going to keep making those episodes, but it's probably not going to be a too long series, because we are probably not going to do like 100 episodes or 100 years, so I'm not sure, maybe I'll just do something off camera at some point, and then we'll go back once we've hit 100 years or so. I don't know. Anyway, that's everything for today, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!